Alrighty, guys, we are back. It's your boy EQ, and it appears we have some very breaking news. Drake and his attorneys have voluntarily withdrawn his legal action in New York against Spotify and UMG, allegedly without cost to any party. Did that mean that they settled privately out of court, or did Drake and his attorneys see the strength of his case was weak and just withdrew? The defamation case in Texas for the Kendrick Lamar record, Not Like Us, is still pending as we speak. That might change too, so we'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Drake said his goal with this legal action was to expose the industry and the system that has made it so difficult for smaller artists to compete. And his mission was to make the industry a better place for smaller artists. But that seems to be over with, at least at his own hands. And even if he withdrew to settle it privately, it makes his claims of doing it to help the smaller artists null and void, at least to me, and disingenuous, and honestly a move that really was to just help his own situation. But I do know the OV Hill Army and the Drake stands are definitely going to work overtime to spin this in Drake's favor by any means necessary. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the documents allegedly filed with the state of New York County Clerk to withdraw the petitions, which reads, all right, we have Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of New York, in the matter of the application of Frozen Moments, LLC, petitioner for an order pursuant to Section 3102C of the Civil Practice Law and rules to compel pre-action disclosure from UMG Recordings Incorporated and Spotify USA Incorporated. Here we have, notice of withdrawal of order to show cause and discontinuance. To the court, plaintiff, and its attorneys of record, please take notice that petitioner of Movement Frozen Moments, LLC, by its attorneys Wilkie Farr and Gallagher LLP, hereby withdraw its orders to show cause seeking pre-action disclosure and preservation of certain documents and communications from respondent, which was the audit of UMG Recordings Inc., and pre-action disclosure of certain documents and communications from respondent Spotify USA Incorporated, with exhibits originally filed in the New York State Supreme Court on November 25th, 2024. Please take further notice that petitioner hereby voluntarily discontinued the special proceedings as to all respondents without cost to any party, which is stating that he's walking out with, at least in the court's eyes, no bag. Plaintiffs met and conferred with respondents on January 14, 2025 regarding this filing. Respondent Spotify, which has filed in opposition to the order to show cause, responded that Spotify has no objection to the withdrawal and discontinuance. Obviously, they're not going to be opposed to this at all. And respondent UMG, which has not yet filed in opposition to the order to show cause, has reserved its position. And guys, like I said earlier in the video, a lot of people have tried to buck the system, only to fail miserably. And according to this document, it does seem like he walked away with nothing, since the document stated it was withdrawn without cost to any party. But it's still plausible that they could have settled this matter privately, but who knows? The label could have easily said they could expose Drake as well for crying foul of the very same system he allegedly benefited from for over a decade because he was Universal's golden goose. And that would definitely scream of hypocrisy. Drake is not the first artist to try to buck the system. He's one in a long line of many. And even though there have been some rare cases of the artist winning, usually they still end up being blackballed and their career in shambles. If this case would have been successful, it would have had some very severe ramifications to the industry and would have put a major spotlight on a system that has been around since the inception of the industry. It's been a status quo for a very long time. Drake has been trying to paint the narrative that he himself is truly the victim, but would he really have done all this if he was still Universal's golden goose, if he still had the Midas touch and the power that he once yielded? Who knows? Because going into last year, it really did seem that Drake was going about business as usual. Could this be another huge L for Drake in the long line of many L's over the last 24 months? And do you guys think Drake walked away empty-handed, or did they settle privately? Both could be very plausible. And what do you think Drake's next move is? With this case being dropped, honestly, to me, it's going to be very interesting what happens to that defamation case, since they are linked so closely together, but I guess time will tell. But with Drake filing these legal actions, he was definitely trying to take on probably the two biggest forces in music. Universal owns close to 70% of all commercial music, and Spotify is still the biggest DSP. Even if your goal is to just get off the label and go independent, the last thing you want to do is get the very people that you're going to have to use while you're independent pissed off and get you wiped away from all their playlists. Because if you guys have been following the channel, you guys know I've said it multiple times, the playlist is the new radio station. People these days just load up their favorite playlist, hit play, and like I always say, you better hope you're in the top 10, because then you're pretty much guaranteed major success. You're more than likely going to go gold, if not platinum, just by being at the top of these playlists, which is one of the biggest reasons why Drake continues to be the most streamed rapper. Yeah, his back catalog is immense, but if you were to take those songs off those playlists, he would suffer a massive drop in streams. So maybe his team spoke about that potential outcome and they chose to just withdraw. But honestly, even though this could be a massive L, it was probably the smartest decision, even though he did open up Pandora's box, and this definitely did harm to his reputation. You can't go and try to martyrize yourself and say you're trying to help these smaller artists and then go pull a move like this. Even early on, there were attorneys that said that this case really had no bones. It really didn't have any meat. It really wasn't anything there. And who knows, it could have just been a way to get the label to drop him, which obviously did not work at all. But like I said, time will definitely tell. Drake has made a terrible habit of making enemies of people he shouldn't make enemies of. Going to beef with Meek Mill is entirely different than going to war with like the former CEOs of X and the co-founder of Reddit. You're going to need these guys if you're going to want to go independent. You're going to need Spotify because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how many fans you have if they can't find your music. And the only way to go about that is for them to click a direct link on the very platforms that you're angering. Whether it's speaking about Serena Williams in a vulgar manner and angering her tech billionaire man, this guy seems to want to punch above his weight class whenever he gets a chance. He's got to realize he's not on that same level. He's a very successful artist with a great team of lawyers, but the thing is, it's not these companies' first rodeo. And I'm pretty sure right now he's really regretting that he didn't take equity in Spotify when he could, and he let the company go from a few $1 million valuation to now a company that's worth over $1 billion. But definitely let me know what you guys think. What do you guys truly think was the reason why they withdrew the case? Like I said, maybe the case was really weak and the attorney saw the likelihood of them being successful very, very low. Or maybe they settled behind closed doors because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Universal does not want their inner workings leaked to the public, even though honestly, we've all been aware of a lot of very, very corrupt deeds that the industry has pulled off. So definitely let me know any theories you guys have as to why this occurred. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much. I've been making these videos for about 9 to 10 months right now. And when I originally set out to make this content, I gave myself what seemed to me a very lofty goal of 1,000 subs in a year. And we've done way over 5 times that in 10 months. So I really want to thank you guys so much for making this channel a part of your day, because honestly, without you guys, it wouldn't have had the growth it's having right now. So I really want to let you guys know how grateful I am. And I'm really looking forward to what you guys have to say on this topic. So I hope you guys love this video and I hope to see you guys soon. Man, this seems like L after L. Unless he got the bag, but that just proves he's a very disingenuous person, just trying to change public opinion to benefit himself, yet again.